Hello, and welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast that reviews romance novels $5 and under. I'm your host, Becky Feldman, and yes, I was going to post this episode last Wednesday, but I was literally busy just standing in front of my TV with CNN playing constantly and my mouth just gaping open in total shock. I was drooling on myself, and not in the way that I wanted to be drooling on myself. And honestly, it feels like that's all I've been doing this last week. And it seriously feels like I just now closed my mouth for the first time and opened it again to say those previous sentences. But this is all to say, I don't know what to say. So I'm just going to keep talking until something smart comes out, and that will never happen. And this intro will last forever. I hope everyone is hanging in there as best as they can. And I hope this silly episode will provide a brief respite from whatever you may be feeling as a result of the election. Even though, yes, the book that we're discussing does take place in Washington, D.C., I just realized. And yes, there's also a questionable billionaire who has like questionable morals. And yes, there are also vampires in this book, which I'm starting to believe are actually real. But trust me, this book, unlike real life, is delightfully fictional, and this episode is delightfully fun. We are reviewing The Lady Doctor is a Vamp by Mindy Klasky, which is currently $3.99. And my guest today is a multi-hyphenate performer and writer and comedian. Fiona Landers is here to help me diagnose how we should feel about this book. We had so much fun, so please enjoy this review of The Lady Doctor is a Vamp. Fiona, oh my God, it's been a long time coming. Welcome to this podcast.
I'm so excited. It has been. I've been waiting, and I'm so excited to be here.
I am so excited to have you. I find you so talented and so hilarious, and it's just an
Oh my
honor to
God.
have you here.
Same. Becky. We're like, it's like you have a cult hit solo show. I have a cult hit solo show. It was destiny for us to come together.
Exactly. And just like, just discuss our cult hit solo shows.
Yes. Yeah.
I love, by the way, that you're referring it to as a cult hit. It makes me feel more important.
Honestly, that's what they are. We got two good ones, and they're cult classics. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very
That's lovely said.
very
Mhm.
feminist,
Yes.
very,
Mhm.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
sex positive, kind of, sort
Very
of.
sex
Yeah.
positive,
Yeah.
very.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of sex positive, I want to ask you. That sounds so weird. I was like, let me ask you. That sounds like I'm going to ask you
Please.
about your personal life. No, but I wanted to ask you, have you ever read a romance novel before, or like even skimmed
No.
through one?
No, this was my very first one.
Wow. This was a
Yeah.
weird first one. I'll
This
give
was
you that.
I was assuming. I was like, I think this is not that I had anything to go off of, but I was like, this is wild.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I had so much fun reading it.
Oh, good.
I
Um,
really did.
Yay! I had fun too. And like even
Yeah.
rereading it this morning, kind of just like skimming through it, I'm like, this is fun. This is
Yeah.
crazy, but it's fun.
I mean, yes, we'll get into it. I know we're gonna get into it
Oh,
so much,
oh yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
yeah. But I was like, I am enjoying this, maybe for not the reason that the author intended, but I was laughing. I was laughing a lot.
Me too. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, me too. And like when I was like explaining the premise, when I would explain the premise of it to other people, like I couldn't even get through the premise.
I know. Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah,
What what are your thoughts about like the romance genre in general? And this includes like rom-com movies, things like that. Like, are you a
yeah.
fan?
Yes, I love rom-coms, and especially like, and I was excited for this because I was like, maybe I will get into romance novels
Ooh.
because I'm like, I wanted, I really wanted it to make me horny, and it never did.
Yeah, this was not a horny read.
No, this was not
Yeah.
a horny one, and I kind of knew that, like, as just straight out of the gate. Like, I was like, oh, I accidentally picked one that is like not gonna make me horny because I was like, I should find something that is steamy. But then it was so much fun for other reasons. Like, I really enjoyed this one.
Yes.
But yes,
Mhm.
I do. But as a genre, yes, I love rom coms. I love rom com movies. Um, I yeah, I think it's like, I know some people say that it's like, well, it is a fantasy, but it's like it is a delightful, yeah. It's I do enjoy it as a genre, even though
Yeah.
it is like people say like, oh, it's setting us up for disappointment. But if you're like just going like, no, it's like a fantasy.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when people say that, it's kind of like, well, then, like, it's the same to me in my brain. It's the same thing as saying, like, don't see Jurassic Park. It's
I
setting
know.
yourself up to think a island of dinosaurs exists. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like this is heightened like romance, meet
Hmm.
cute or whatever. Like where you're like, oh yeah, you might have a kernel of this in your life,
Yeah,
but and then we're expanding on it because that's what art is. Yeah.
exactly. Like, no one's
Yeah.
life is a story, you know? Like, that's
Right.
why we have them.
Right. Right. And Becky's quote, no one's life is a story.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
guess what?
Guess
You're not
what? Sorry, guys.
interesting.
Yeah.
You're not
It is not.
interesting.
No. No. Exactly.
Uh, And so you also, when I asked you like what kind of subgenres you're interested in, you also said vampires. Is you interested? No.
You. I
Um
am. Yes.
tell me about your experience with vampires. Do you like them?
Yes, I got really into True Blood over the
Ooh.
pandemic. I
Hmm.
watched all of True Blood and
That's horny.
oh God, it is so horny. I really love Alexander Skarsgård.
He's
Uh
good.
yeah, and I know he's not even like no one believes me when I say like I love him for his personality. Like I think he's so funny. Like I know he's like gorgeous, but that's not even usually my type where it's like tall Viking sort of.
Hmm.
But he is obviously gorgeous, but I think he's really funny, and I thought he was really funny and great on that show.
Hmm.
So he's my favorite vampire for sure.
It's a good
And
one.
then I also really love, and I'm forever haunted by Kirsten Dunst's child vampire in
Hmm.
Interview with a Vampire. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think, yeah. And so ever since that, because also that movie is so silly to me until
Hmm.
she shows up, and then it's like, oh my God, she's breathtaking. Like she just is.
Hmm.
I think it's one of the best performances ever. So
Yeah.
those are my favorite vampires.
I love it. There is like, because there's still like, even though like there's still like a level of romance in there, you know, and like
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like so yeah, I see it, and also Peter's wait, what's Sarsgaard? What's his name?
Oh, Alexander.
Alexander Sarsgaard. His character, I agree with you. Like his character, there is something when a villain is funny. Like I know his
Yeah.
character is very villainous, and it's like they're like I give me a funny villain over an unfunny hero any
Oh,
day.
yes, 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 yes. And it was like him and his co, like his co-vampire, like his partner, and she was so funny. I forget her.
Hmm.
Her name was Pam on the show, but it
Hmm.
was basically like Eric and Pam were like so deadpan and like so funny, and it was
Hmm.
great for vampires because you go like right, like they're sick of everything, like they've lived through
Yes.
everything, so they have the driest sense of humor, and they were really funny. So I really,
Hmm.
yeah, I loved that.
They're
Yeah.
so bored. They're so
They're so
bored.
bored. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I get it. And honestly, going into this book, like I think there was a lot of like kind of fun things about like, oh, I never thought of that if I were a vampire. Do you know what I mean? Like kind
Yes.
of like just like the minutia of like, oh yeah, this that kind of sucks.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. I truly, straight out of the gate, love. Can we start talking about the book? Is that okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I was just so on board for, I mean, the main character of this book, Kate,
Hmm.
I was shocked when it was like, she, she says she was turned at age 32 and it
Hmm.
had been 8 years. Like I was shocked
Yes.
because she, to me, read as like so crotchety and just haggard, and I loved it.
Yes.
I loved every
I
second
thank
of
you
it.
so much. I found her like on paper, like I feel like if like people would find her so unlikable. And I'm
She
like,
was so unlikable.
but she's a vampire. Like she's
She's,
likable and she's all
yeah.
of us.
Oh my God. I was like, I just loved that. Just right away, it was like she's complaining about her crushing vampire med school debt
Yes.
and her bad leg.
Her bad leg, she's like, it feels like she's sore and in pain all the time. And also, like, as someone who's approaching 40 myself, and she like doesn't have a good self-image, and I know like whatever, but I'm like I felt I related to her bad self-image, at
Yes,
that age.
totally. It was great that she was just like constantly complaining
Mhm.
and constantly just like, oh yeah, I don't know how to dress. I don't know how to do my hair, makeup, like,
Mhm.
but kind of in a angsty way. It was
She
really
was
fun. Yeah.
so angsty and like
Yeah.
neurotic. She was a
Yes.
neurotic vampire, and I was like, that to
Yeah.
me was fun because I
Yeah.
feel like even like the on other shows like vampires, like I feel like they're so confident, and it's like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be confident if I were a vampire.
Right. No, she was absolutely like good. She was relatable because she was just like freaking out all the
Mhm.
time and complaining.
Yeah, yeah,
It's really
yeah.
because I think I even read in some of the reviews of the book that they were like, I didn't care for the main character because she was so negative. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I
No.
love it. I love
Give
it.
me a negative character any day. Like
Yes.
I like if there's like a if I'm on Amazon and I'll see like someone's like I hated this character, she was so annoying, she complained a lot. I'm like, you just described my favorite character.
Yeah, exactly. It was really fun. It was just such a joy for her to be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, my bad leg. Oh,
Yeah.
my debt.
Yeah.
My med school vampire med
Oh,
school
my
debt."
dad. Oh wait, let
Yeah.
me read a synopsis real quick. Okay, let me just read
Oh,
this.
yes.
But okay, so here's the synopsis. So we reviewed The Lady Doctor is a Vamp, book 3 of Washington Medical, which is in the Vampire Ward series by Mindy Klasky, currently $3.99. Okay, so Benjamin Franklin once said, "In this world, nothing is certain except death and taxes." But he'd be in for a surprise when he hears about the world Dr. Kate Thorne is entangled in. As a vampire, even Kate's own death can't keep her from paying off her student loans and being indebted to Judith, Mother
Mother.
Baptista. Mother.
Mother.
I
I love
loved it.
that too.
I
I
love that
loved
she was
it.
called Mother.
I know.
She's a notable crime boss amongst the paranormal community who inhabit Washington D.C. Kate is embroiled with doing Mother's dirty work, but love gets in the way when Kate must surreptitiously sink her teeth into the inner workings of the Five Rivers Pharmaceutical Corporation. Five Rivers happens to be owned by the gorgeous billionaire vampire Peter Carver, who takes
Mm,
such a dorky name, who takes
I
Kate's
know.
breath away, even though she
I
doesn't
know.
have any to begin with. But as Kate and Peter grow closer and a drug shortage threatens the lives of supernatural beings in DC, they'll face the greatest pain a vampire in love will ever have to face: the wooden stake of betrayal.
Ooh.
So, off the bat, like it felt like this was a Shonda Rhimes show with vampires.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really enjoyed. Like I really enjoyed that like right away it was just like, oh, I'm in the hospital and here's like this gargoyle needs this or like
Mm-hmm.
it's like very fun that it was like, yes, get us right into the supernatural hospital.
Exactly. There was like not
Yeah.
a lot of like, and granted, this is the third book, and you can
Right.
still kind of like follow along. Like I read the first book, and you had to like you just jump right in. You're like, oh, there's all sorts of supernatural creatures in this world, like from
Yes.
every single culture, anything you can think of, they're in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's so great.
I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah. I really appreciated right away just like the medical jargon she was smashing together with the supernatural, yeah,
Yeah, I thought
creatures.
it was so clever, like just like coming up with like, yeah, I guess like, sure, you want to do it like in this world you would do a research paper on like I don't know, like nymphs and, like some sort of like disorder. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
like so fast. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I
I
see
feel like
that.
I wrote something, one of them I was like, what, oh yeah. She was like, there's a surge in the cases of gnomish earth lung. And I was like, fantastic.
Love it. Love it. Also, all of these things like sound terrible. Like it's all like it's very funny.
Yeah.
Like they sound like 1800s diseases. You know what I mean?
Yes, they
Like,
did. They sounded medieval, like they sounded, yes, absolutely.
mhm.
It was like, scarlet fever for fairies or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, or just like I don't know. And so in this world, like turning into a vampire for the first time is a struggle. It's very much a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, and so in this world, they need something called leth, Lethe,
Yes. Leth or Leaf.
leaf.
Leth.
Who
Leth.
knows?
Let's call it Leth.
Let's call it leth. Okay,
Yeah.
we've agreed. It's called well. Actually. You know what? I looked it up. It is the name of one of the rivers in Hades, like where Hades lives. So there is someone
Oh,
out
so
there
it's
who like
Leth. Okay.
so it is so yeah, okay. So there is someone out there who knows how to
Perfect.
pronounce it, but
Okay.
I'm not that person.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Me either. I was like, I don't know what this is. Yeah.
I don't know either.
Leth.
Leth. Okay. So and it's like kind of like this thing that the sexy vampire that she has to like kind of seduce
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. But then like there is a lot going on with their meet cute and just like
Oh
their thing
God.
in
Yeah.
general. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right away, because there was deception because her roomie sent emails, like to
Yes.
sexy emails to him saying like dominate me or whatever.
Yes.
Right. But she didn't send those.
Mhm.
He came in so hot with
Yeah.
that, and so that was weird. Also, it was just straight out of the gate. It was so I was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to be horny at all during this because it's like he's like a billionaire, big pharma, like
I
I think
know.
she even like described him as like a he's like a Zuckerberg Bezos must all
Yeah.
rolled must all rolled into one. It was like, oh no, this is
No, no,
not gonna
no.
be horny. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I agree with you about like the billionaire thing and also the pharmaceutical thing
Yeah,
of
big
it all.
pharma.
I was
He's like
thinking,
Martin Shkreli or whatever.
yeah,
That
that guy
bad.
or
Yeah.
the Sokolovs or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's
This
not
is
sexy.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
opposite. Yeah. It's like, oh
I'm not turned
no.
on by this at all. Like honestly,
No.
like I felt like because this book had so much plot in it with like her and the drug shortage and getting out from under mother's thumb and like whatever that phrase is
Yeah.
that the book kind of suffered, like not suffered, I love this book, it was my favorite book, but like the book like the male Peter just wasn't as well formulated as a love interest as I would have liked. And
Oh, I
so
know. Yeah.
when someone isn't as like fleshed out and they're a billionaire, I'm sorry, but our brains are gonna think Elon Musk. This is, it's
Yeah.
2024 and we're like that guy
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I know it was tough. It was
Yeah.
real tough
Mhm. Mhm.
to be like, oh right, I would never be horny for this guy ever.
No. Yeah. I definitely had to like kind of do a bit of mental gymnastics to be like, okay, he's more like Bruce Wayne,
Right.
good
Yeah,
guy with a heart
that
of
would be good.
gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he did
Um
sort of have that a little bit
mhm.
as the book went on, sort of like
Yeah.
a yeah, he's a Bruce Wayne, like which is much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All billionaires should be Bruce Waynes.
They have to be orphans. Yeah, but a
Yeah.
vampire basically is an orphan after a while. Because that was another
Mhm.
thing. How long has Peter been? Did she even say that? We don't know. That would have been helpful.
Yeah. And like in this world where it's like, okay, what's it like being like a vampire in this world? There's also something fun to being like, what's it being like being a vampire in this world, but you also were a vampire in like 1600? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you
just
need
like,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I like wanted more of that.
yeah. I definitely wanted more of that. That would have helped.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was also interesting to be like, because yeah, it didn't matter when she was like, he has the swimmer's body or whatever. Like she described
Yeah.
his physicality, and I was just like, I can't picture this, or like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
I don't
couldn't
know.
either. I couldn't either.
Yeah.
I just like picture just like when I think vampire, and this is bad. This is bad on my part. I'm sorry to just generic vampire, just very
Yeah.
pale and like dark
Yeah.
hair. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah.
that's who I'm picturing.
Yes. Yeah. And I was trying to picture Alexander Skarsgård, my boyfriend, but it didn't
I
work.
know. And the
Didn't
thing
work.
is that like I think his hair is described as blonde, so it was like
I
the
know.
opportunities were there.
I know. And I just couldn't replace him. Yeah.
And, Alexander Skarsgård has that personality in the show, and it just felt like this Peter just honestly, when you're watching an action movie that's written by a man and there's the female love interest and she's just like kind of there, it
Yeah.
kind of felt like he was the male version of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He was super one-dimensional and just like,
Yeah.
and also I guess I just didn't love the dynamic anyway because it's like she's this scrappy, in debt. And I know that's the point, and that he's this billionaire, but I was like,
Mhm.
this is, I don't know, him sort of being patronizing to her. I was like, ugh, I don't like this.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like all the steps were there. We just like didn't see it. Like
Yeah,
obviously this book there is no sex on the page.
right.
Unfortunately. And that I
Yeah.
want to apologize to you for
That's okay.
as
For the bill
someone
for
who
the
didn't write it.
billionaire, maybe I didn't need sex on the page for coming from the billionaire. I don't know. Maybe, well, I guess it would have
Yeah.
helped.
But like the thing is that they when they introduce him, he is getting these emails from her that even though her like, her crime sister is writing, it
Yeah.
is very like I'm into BDSM, like, or, like kind of I'm into a sub dom kind of thing. Like,
Right.
this is what I like. And so I was kind of expecting to see that happen a bit more when she realizes that she does like it. Like, I don't
Right.
know. It was like this like sexiness was introduced, but it wasn't like but then
Yeah,
on the
never.
page it was like and then after we woke up, blah blah blah. And it's like,
I
oh
know. I know.
yeah.
Yeah, that is true. It's true. It was introduced and then never really executed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Should we talk
Yeah.
about Mother? Let's
Yeah.
talk about Mother.
Mother. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So Mother, I I just want a TV show about her. I loved her.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I was like, that's a great character.
Yes. So she's like kind of like the Don Corleone, if you will,
Yeah. Yeah.
of crime in Washington,
Yeah.
D.C. with the vampires. And so
Yeah.
she is just in charge of everything. She's like, gets people indebted to her. She has this whole thing
Hmm.
going on. And
Yeah.
she's just like had a flair for dramatics, and I loved it.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was really fun to see, this evil woman have a lot of power and just be like this manipulative, like called Mother. The character's name was Mother, and she had Mother's little helpers and stuff. I was like, this is fantastic.
It
Yeah.
was fantastic. It was so awesome. It was like, again,
Yeah.
it felt like a Batman thing, but like Batman's
Yeah.
not in this.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Yeah, like a Batman, like an Ursula. Like she felt a little bit like an Ursula
Yes.
sea witch, sort of just
Hmm.
like really amazing, powerful, evil
Yeah.
um lady.
And even like their home felt very villain's lair like
Yeah.
because like they have like you know it's big enough where everyone has like a gorgeous room. It's big enough where
Yeah.
they have like galas and balls and stuff. And
Yes.
and also she's an evil manipulator, blah 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 blah. So it was like it
Yeah.
was it was and I mean this reverently. It was cartoonish in a great way.
Yeah. She was like was like Hugh Hefner in the Playboy Man. Like she had her own Playboy Mansion.
Yes. She absolutely did. Oh my god.
And they're all working for her. And it's like, so it's
Yeah.
gross. It's so gross on him, but with her it was great.
With her it's see that's the thing, but that
Yeah.
it's you're switching the roles. It's when you role reversals are empowering, and
Yeah.
we deserve to have mansions
I know, right?
with a bunch of women or men, whoever, working for
Yeah.
us. We've worked too hard not to get that.
I know. Sounds great.
It's
Yeah.
so great. It's so great.
It was funny. And that she was an equal opportunist. Like she was abusing and taking advantage of everybody, all
Mhm. Mhm.
genders, all creatures, right? Because she
Mhm.
used some of those humans she got as like sources just to live in the house, but they had to be their feeding humans or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. And like so there's like a thing in this book where it's like, because there, I feel like in every like vampire kind of like show or book or series or whatever, it's like
Yeah.
they kind of have their ways of like getting blood, how they get blood,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. And in this, there's like they're called sources, and it's like humans can volunteer to like be a source and have vampires drink for them. It could be a sexual thing, it could be just like a thing where it's like you make money. I just want to say, like, the way they made it seem, it was like you were donating blood in like a gothic castle. Like
Yeah.
that's how they make it seem.
Yes. Yeah. And I know it is cool that it's like it could be sexual or it could be just not sexual and just for
Yeah,
money and just for or free rent or whatever. It was yeah.
exactly. And they give you a cookie at the end. Like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's good customer service.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it. I liked all of that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I will say we were talking earlier about like there not being sex on the page. It wasn't horny enough.
Yeah.
In my opinion, when I read the scene where she is drinking from her source Magda, I
Yeah.
did find the descriptions kind of horny.
That it was like
Yeah.
I feel like she did that well where she was like when she's describing what it feels like to be a vampire,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
the fangs and the feeling the vein and the
Mhm.
feeling the blood, like sort of
Yes.
bloodlust, like it was like
Yeah.
that's
That's it.
there.
It was
Yeah.
so horny. Okay, so it was like, okay, let me just read this real quick. It was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I licked her jugular once, pressing hard with my tongue to give a moment's warning. Over the
Mm.
years, I'd grown adept at deploying my fangs with a glancing stroke. That courtesy spared Magda. Okay, that was, but and then she's like, I pulled my first mouthful of blood. Some of it
Yeah.
was absorbed instantly,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, it was hot and salty, like a
Yeah.
broth
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
thickened. And I'm like, this is
Yeah.
really
That's hot.
horny. That's
That was
hot.
yeah, that was the
Mhm.
horny. You're right. That's the horniest it got. It was like
Yeah,
her with blood was horny. Like the way she
exactly.
experiences blood was
Yeah.
good.
And it
Yeah.
was like I totally understand that like, people do want sex on the page, people don't want sex on the page, but it's like, oh, if you have writing like that just for sucking blood, like I would love
Yeah.
to,
We want it for sucking cock too.
dick. Yeah. If she sucks dick as well as she sucks blood, let's read it, folks.
Exactly. And it's true. We do need the description of the sex because vampire sex is dangerous because of their fangs.
Yeah. And like they do talk about like kind of like our fangs tangled,
Right.
whatever. But
But it's like think of the how riveting it would be to be like, oh yeah, vampire giving blowjob for little fangs. Come on,
I
that's
know.
riveting.
Very riveting. There's something, I don't have a penis, but there's something incredibly scary about a vampire giving me a blowjob, just like living on the
Yeah.
edge. And I need, and I, there's, it's
We
horny.
wanted it's horny. It's like
Yeah.
exciting. It's like,
Yeah.
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 Um and I guess for a lady too, tables like what if his fangs came out and if he was doing,
Oral. Yeah.
oral?
I mean,
Ooh, exciting. Like
this
what
is,
yeah, what could it could happen at any second. Ah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know. It's like so horny.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I
Mm,
wanted it.
yeah.
But I still love this book. Okay. I want to ask you how you felt about like kind of the world, like of the hospital that she works in.
Um, Hilarious. I just loved how exhausted and she was just like, yeah, yeah. And I love that she's like, yeah, that she was the scrappy doctor because this is like the what is it called? Something general. Like it was something
Yeah.
like where it's like Empire General. Empire
Yeah,
General.
Empire General, that's the name of the
Yeah,
hospital, and
yeah.
this is in the vampire ward. We're in the
Yeah, the
vampire
vampire ward.
ward.
Love it. Love it so
Of
much.
course there would be
Um,
wards. Of
yeah,
course.
yeah. And I love that I love thinking about her only working the night shift. I'm like, that's perfect for doctors. Like you need someone to work the
Yes.
night shift. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was really interesting like hearing about like her day-to-day life like falling asleep, and
Yeah.
like having to
Hmm.
get like a sanctum and like,
Yeah.
whatever, and how easily I was so jealous how easily she falls asleep during the day. Oh,
I know that did sound so nice. Like she was like, no matter what I'm thinking about, even if I'm anxious or whatever, vampire sleep, you're just like sucked in.
I know. That made me, and like that's probably the only thing I didn't like about her.
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, I relate to
that
her
part.
on such a level,
Yeah.
of just like even like her fashion sense. I was like, I get why she dresses frumpy and whatever.
Yeah.
And I
It
get
was
her.
it was funny though, because I did feel like she had this like push pull, which I guess also is relatable. Like I was like, well, it feels like sometimes because it felt like sometimes she was like bragging about being bad at fashion or bragging about like she was like, I don't care. I'm like, but then there was part of her that was like, well, I really do care. Like I like it felt like, and I mean,
No.
I guess that is relatable. But I was like, sometimes I was like, are you
Yeah. Are you
are you
okay?
confident or not confident? Because sometimes she would say like, I don't care, like, and but then it was like, oh no, she does care
She
about
does
her
care.
polyester dresses or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
It
and with him too, it felt like that too, where it was like a little bit like, I guess it was like love hate, which is like she was like, oh, like I I just remember one part of it where she was like, men like that never look at me. But is he
mhm.
looking at me? But is he looking? And it was like, um, yeah, it was just funny. Like I was like, she's got a lot going on. She's which is
Yeah.
neurotic, I guess.
Exactly. That's what she was
Yeah, so she
literally,
is. Yeah.
yeah, she was literally all over the place. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, like, cause like, I think deep down she does have a fashion sense. Like, what she was wearing was ridiculous. And
Yeah.
if you don't have a fashion sense, I feel like you would be wearing something you would just be wearing black all the time?
Yes. Right.
But
Yeah.
she's wearing something that's like purposely, brightly colored and
Yeah.
you're doing that with a purpose, and I think because of that, like, that is you are fashionable. Like, you do have a fashion
Yes.
sense. You're
Yes.
doing this for like even if you're doing it to not have attention, it's like it's about
Yeah. It was
attention.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
A little
Yeah.
neurotic. Yeah. Neurotic Dr. Kate.
Oh, Dr. Kate. Ugh, Dr. Kate. Um, okay. So if you were like in this world, they have like mundanes, and mundanes are humans,
Yeah.
right? And then there's like an imperial, and imperials are all like the magical
The
creatures.
magical. Yeah. Yeah.
What imperial would you want to be, and
Ooh.
why?
I mean, I I think besides getting bored factor, I think I would like to be a vampire
Mhm.
because I and it would be fun to pick the age that you turn at or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, I don't know, 32 would have been nice actually.
Oh God, I would love to be
Um,
32 forever. I'd be so like
yeah,
smart and spry.
yeah, I know because I was like, I don't think I would pick me in my 20s. I think I would
No.
pick early 30s, like maybe late
Same.
20s, but like early 30s. I think I was like, no, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Early 30s
Yeah,
is
same.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, too bad. I can't. Too bad we don't have this option. But yeah,
God damn
I
it. Yeah.
think
Mhm.
I think I would have gone like Dr. Kate. I would have been like, yeah, 32, 33. That would have
Yeah.
been fun.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. Yeah, I sometimes I think I look a little vampire-ish, like so already,
Mhm.
uh, and so I'm like, I think that would be uh, my I would choose that. I dressed up
Mhm.
as Antonio Banderas from from Interview with the Vampire one year, and I was like, I actually look just like him. I actually look
Mhm.
a lot like Brad Pitt in that movie, actually, because
Wow.
yeah, like if I was, which I know is maybe sounds a little cocky, but
Yes.
I, but
No, no, it doesn't.
I
I'm
look,
just like trying to picture it right
I
now looking
look,
at your face. Okay.
I look a little related. I look like I could be related to Brad Pitt,
Right.
in Interview with, only, probably only Interview with the Vampire, but
Interesting.
yeah. So I don't know. I feel like I would choose vampire because I feel like I'm almost there in this life.
Yeah. Dead
I'm
like
almost
we're all
there.
like dead inside and it's like
Yeah, and I like it, and I like nighttime. I don't know, like
Mhm.
I feel like that would be good. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind sleeping during the day. Yeah.
My thing about being a vampire is that like I love food so much, and like
Oh, that is the
it's the
sad part.
taste
Yeah.
thing that kind of like that bums me out. Cause just because I think
Yeah.
like taste is such a vice for me.
Yes, that was sad. And was she like sucking on a cough drop, or did she suck on
Yes.
something and spit it out, or a candy or
Yeah,
something?
she sucked on candy, and then at one
But
point
like,
they go on a date and she orders onion rings and a
right. So I
beer.
was like, what's happening? Like, does she
Yeah.
just swish it around? But can she not? Can she taste it or no? She can't. They can't taste anything, right?
I don't know. That said that her
Yeah.
lips were like puckering up because it was like a sour apple thing. Like, but
Right.
but I guess when it's like something sour, it's not necessarily a taste as much as it's like absorbing your saliva.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but like I don't know. It seems like in this world, like I thought it was like, oh, maybe they enjoy food, they enjoy the taste of food, but it's not what they need to survive, like the way we need food to survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I think
yeah.
also, can fairies taste stuff?
Oh,
Can any of them taste stuff? Centaurs?
I
I
don't.
was like, okay, I would be a fairy or a
Mhm.
centaur also,
The
but
centaurs, being a centaur seemed pretty cool. Centaurs are
yeah.
the one where you have the horse body and the.
Yeah.
I don't. I like a height. I like a height situation. There's a sense of power.
Yes. I think that would be fun too. Yeah.
Yeah, and he has a centaur assistant, I believe. His
Yes.
assistant.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the diversity hire.
I know. I know. It was very funny to be like, when she visited his office and she's like, he had one of every creature. It was so diverse or
Yeah.
whatever.
And it's like,
Okay.
it's
Weird.
so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And like, okay, I have a question. Like, so do humans not know that these creatures exist and they
I have
have
no, I could not suss that out.
me neither?
Because I guess not, because they're trying so hard to cover it up with the like left, giving them,
Yeah.
or is that what, yeah, that is
Left?
what it's
Yeah.
used. But
Yeah.
and that, like, to make sure to erase their memory or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like to
Mm-hmm.
knock them out in a because I couldn't tell that. I was like, but do some humans know? But then do they know, but like they're not supposed to witness them out in the, I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of confusing. I am
Yeah.
sure like it's probably explained in one of the other books because this is like I think there's
I
like
see.
other books in
Yeah.
the series, but it was just confusing because it's like this guy is a billionaire and he
Right.
has a skyscraper and
Right.
there is a hospital. These are entities and buildings that are taking up space.
Yeah.
Why are there any humans? No human is like, oh, I wonder what goes on in there, you
I
know?
know. Yeah, that was a little that was a mystery. I couldn't suss that out.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, right. Like if he's jet setting, if he's a known billionaire, like I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like he like does he pay taxes?
I know exactly. Also, I think that's what's so funny about vampires. Vampires too is they're like the best version of old money. Like they have the best real estate because they've been around forever. Like that would have actually
Yes.
been helpful to say that, like we were saying earlier, like if he was like has been a vampire since the 1600s, and it's like
Mhm.
then it makes more sense that you're a billionaire or whatever.
Right. Yeah, like you come
That
from
would make,
yeah.
yeah, that would make
Like
me like you more. Like
exactly. Like we knew your
yeah.
background. Like it's not
Hmm.
your fault that you
Right.
whatever. But it's just like what's really funny is that I really want to read a story where like a IRS agent discovers there's vampires just because they
Oh,
were looking at like the tax returns of
that would
the
be
vampire.
amazing. Yes, that would be so amazing because yeah, they always have the best houses. They have like castles and estates and
Yeah,
whatever because it's been in the family for like, 600 years or whatever.
exactly. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
how are you like I'm sorry, but I mean, as a democratic socialist, like
Yeah,
how are you
exactly.
contributing to society? And like I'm sorry, but like these are my politics and
I
it's like
know.
we can't just like quarter off portions of the world for vampires to live their own lives. Like if they're living on this
No.
earth, they have to uh I sound like a communist right now.
Good. That's what I'm with you. I'm like, me and Becky would not fuck a vampire billionaire just based on principle.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd fuck any other vamp. I'll like if my neighbor were, or I mean, wait,
Yeah.
that sounded weird, but like like if you
Yeah.
weren't a billionaire and you were
Right.
contributing to society,
Yeah.
paying taxes, voting,
Yeah.
participating in the election, all of that stuff, I'd be like, now you're a vampire, I would fuck. And this isn't saying
Yeah.
like I don't want to be speciesist. You know, I don't want to say that like vampires need to kowtow to human. I'm not
Right.
saying that at all, but
Right.
we're wardens of planet Earth, you know, and all
Yeah.
we have, and you're here, you know.
They could solve world hunger and poverty, and yeah, they could. If you're a vampire
Mhm.
billionaire, do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like if you're a vampire billionaire, you've been alive for so long, let's
Yeah.
say, and you like you know secrets about human society that we don't, and
Yeah.
you've experienced so much. I'm sorry, but I do think in the real world, vampires would have figured out climate change. They would have
Yeah.
figured out how to cure all diseases. They would have
Yeah.
figured it all out because they
Yeah.
didn't have any sort of hindrance to keep them from learning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like this vampire, Peter Carver, my guess would be he's been a vampire since the Reagan era. That's it.
I was just
Like
going to
it's
say
just
that.
he's like it's just 80s. Like he's
Yeah.
like really influenced by Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher or whatever.
Exactly. He's just like, greed is good, baby. And he
Yeah.
has just like a mullet. Like,
Yeah. He like loves Ayn Rand or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, of course.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
There was like this thing with him about like trust, and I think like trust like is a theme in this book. Like
Yeah.
he knows that Kate is kind of spying on him eventually.
Yeah.
He keeps a lot of his secrets from her to protect her, but also, you know, to protect his company. And
Yeah.
like I feel like because of that, like I don't know. And also because we didn't trust him as a character, as a reader, we didn't know who he was. It was just
Yeah.
like kind of weird. Like I don't
Oh, so
know.
weird. And that's true. Like the whole thing
Hmm.
with him, he was withholding information from her to protect her, but that's still withholding. And a withholding character sucks because you're just
Yeah,
like, oh, this is just a withholding asshole. Like,
exactly. Yeah, and it's like I don't know. There has to be some sort of like kind of pacing to move forward of like, oh, you reveal yourself. And granted, we do get that when like there's like kind of when they finally kiss for the first time or they finally
yeah,
sleep together for the first time. It's like, okay, we're evolving here, but it just felt like there were so many scenes that just were not with him that like
yeah. I know. I know. So
it was
great.
like
Yeah.
a lot with like her at work, which is fine. A lot
Yeah.
with her and mother, fine.
Yeah.
But like I just wanted more love scenes with the two of them.
I know. I know. It was really funny when he finally they go to his place, like his
Yes.
sanctum. It's nice as
Love his sanctum.
which did
I
feel like
yeah.
that felt like the Batcave a little bit. Yeah.
That did feel like the Batcave. I had a hard time like visualizing it. Like
Yeah, it was like silly in the description, but I think it made me think of like 80s sort of. I'm like, this
mhm.
sounds like this sort of like even the way it was described, the interior design, it just sounded kind of like cheesy, generic,
Yeah. Yeah.
like vampire lair, but like he had World War II books or something. I was trying to
Oh
think of
god. Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to think of the specifics of the place, and I think it was
Mhm.
like she's like, I found some history books, but again, that would have been helpful if it was like he could say like, yeah, I lived through that
Yeah.
time or whatever.
And
We
also,
get
if
none
he
of that.
did,
Yeah,
why would he need the book?
no, it was so it would have made no sense. Yeah, it was like such a weird.
Yeah, it's like you lived it, dude. Why do you need a
I
book about
know. Yeah,
it?
it's just like I know.
For some reason, it made it seem like he like drove her out into the middle of Maryland, and then they were like standing in a parking lot, and then suddenly the floor went down and walls
Yes.
formed around them, and
Yes.
suddenly it's like you're in this beautiful bachelor pad with World War II books.
Yeah. And like one thing from his childhood, but again, like, it was hard to place the what decade his childhood would have
Yeah,
been.
exactly. It
Because
was a copy of Goodnight Moon,
right.
the
So like
book.
okay.
And that
So
book's been around for a while, I
yeah, so
think.
maybe he was like a baby boomer. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, no one, but it's how his politics he sure is.
I know. That was the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird that like he has a lot of like okay, I know I'm picking him apart and he's a great like he's a good guy in the book, but I'm just saying like if you have like access to all of this like high technology and you're a billion like why aren't you investing? I why do I care about vampires and finances all of a sudden?
Well, it was a big part of the book. She was really broke. She was in debt. And then he was
Mhm.
like sort of like being privileged around her or just being like I don't know. Like it was I did not like that dynamic
Me
that he was
neither.
like sort of like his attitude was a little baby boomerish where it was like
Mhm.
I don't know pull yourself up by your bootstraps or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
And it's
like
like, how, you fucking billionaire? Like, you sound like a
yeah
goddamn asshole. And, like,
yeah
this is another thing. And, like, he, like, during, like, the fun and games part of it, where it's, like, kind of Pretty Woman style, he's buying her nice clothes. And sure, that's a big thing. He buys her expensive, fancy clothes and she wears them and she feels confident. Great, 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 great.
and I loved
Yeah.
so much when she was like and he tailored them to fit my flat ass.
Yeah.
Like it was so fantastic. Like
Like,
I love
how? And that's another thing is that like he didn't tailor it himself. He got his centaur assistant to like kind of like
right.
look like what like Google what clothes she's ordered before off of Amazon.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. Weird.
It's weird. And
Yeah.
like and so but then a part of me is like pay off her debt. Like pay off her debt,
I
or just like
know.
check your privilege, man. Like
Yeah.
I feel like in billionaire books, like billionaire romances, which I've read and I've appreciated, they what I need the billionaires to be is to not be like billionaires in real life,
Yeah.
And this
Yes.
guy, because he wasn't fleshed out, just I'm sorry, I'm just gonna make him seem like a billionaire in real life, and I
Yeah.
don't want that.
No. No. Exactly.
Yeah.
And like what a hypocrite. Exactly. Like why would he buy her a brand new wardrobe and be like, "Yes, I'm like lavishly giving you the gifts that I want to give you, but pay off her debt." But then being
I
weird about her
know.
debt or being weird about her
Yeah.
position in life. Yeah.
Or just like it's not even like him giving her the money. It's more like I guess for me it's like he is a billionaire. He owns property and she like that I'm sure he is like making a collection on and like
Yeah.
she can't even afford like a one bedroom apartment and moving out of mother's house. Like
Right.
sell your property and make like low income housing. I'm sorry, but like
Exactly.
it's like
And
come
when
on, man.
And I feel like he didn't talk that much in the book, but he kept saying, I'm not running a charity here for like the
What
left.
Yes, and that
Yeah.
to me, it sound like that
It's like, fuck
drove me
you.
nuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that is honestly, no offense to boomers, that is a very boomer thing to say.
Yes.
I'm not running a
Yeah.
charity.
I'm not running a charity, and yet I own everything. And I was just born at that time, and that's why I own everything now. It's like the dumbest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, boomer.
I know. It's like nothing makes me drier than I know. It's like this
Exactly.
is
Then you
not.
just like be so cruel to
Yeah.
these because like the new vampires need it in order to like save themselves. But here's something that's very interesting to me is that new new vampires like there is a risk of being found out as a new vampire, whatever, and you need
Yeah.
humans around you to forget. So
Yeah.
the left in and of itself, it's not for vampires, it's for humans.
Mm-hmm.
So basically the issue is that these vampires aren't getting these drugs to drug other humans.
Yeah.
It's not like they themselves are like dying out. There's I mean like
No.
you know what I mean? And so it's like, well that's kind of weird. Like what is this for? Like do I care? Like you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. It's true. That made it less of a clear thing to be rooting for. But they they did need it, but they didn't need it for their bodily like
Exactly.
survival. Yeah.
It wasn't like for vampire diabetes or something. You know what I
No,
mean? Which
no,
I
no.
honestly would again would love to read. What they need
So,
what they needed it for was like honestly what they need in this world is for everyone to live in peace and like humans and vampires and all the creatures to accept each other and have fun and whatever. You need world peace. You don't
Right.
need this drug. But
That's true.
the way they were making this drug seem like it was kind of like they were one-to-oneing it with like insulin, and in my brain I
Right.
just didn't see it.
That's not a good. I think your brain is correct in that that wasn't a good comparison because
Right. Yeah.
it was yeah. It's like it's like yeah, it was not like insulin. It was not like a life-saving thing. It's a
Mhm.
life-saving thing if they're gonna get caught by a human, but
Right.
I don't know.
But it's like more of a it's like this is you have a drug to fix something that needs to be fixed with social action. And
You're correct.
you know,
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, but no drug is gonna fix hate.
You're right. You should be queen of Vampire City or
I
whatever.
honestly, it's like, am I the only one who knows how to run a world with vampires?
Yeah.
Am I the only one?
Yeah. It's like you versus mother. Like you're the
Yes.
good leader.
Yeah.
And then she would be your nemesis.
Exactly. But then we'd find out that we're really sisters in real life and mother favored me.
Yes.
And then I'll
Yes.
make her good.
Yeah.
It's it's interesting because I do want to give Peter credit because I don't want to be bragging on him the whole time. I mean, whatever. He's a billionaire, he's a vampire, blah blah blah. He
Yeah.
does have some good qualities. One, he does ask for consent, which he is
Yes.
very consensual with her and like kind of is always checking in with her, which I
Yeah.
thought was kind of cool because like he he once he realized that like she wasn't
Yeah.
who Bianca said she was, like he was like, "Can I kiss you? Can I do that?"
Yes. That
And I'm
was
like,
a
"That's
good.
sexy."
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good adjustment. And she needed that's what she needed too because since she became a vampire she was like I didn't get naked with anyone and so she needed someone who would be very into consent, which was
Yeah.
great. So yes, we'll give that to him, I guess.
I will give that to him. And he like understood like I don't know, it feels like it's weird that he wouldn't be more on his end. He wouldn't be more apologetic to her cuz there is like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's what was interesting. It's like
Yeah.
he was empathetic for that part, and then it was like,
Yeah.
but I'm not running a charity here for
Right.
like he was very into his corporate greed or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
I know then there was sort of the reveal at the end where we're supposed to
Mhm.
be like, oh, he's not
Yeah.
greedy or whatever, but it's like still he is. He has
Still
that
he
mindset.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
okay, so we have this reveal in the end. There's like some sort of like supernatural earthquake. I actually don't really know. It was like kind of like I'm like what happened? Okay, whatever. But
I don't
anyway,
know either.
they
Yeah,
need so much left
yeah,
from because like something there was like an earthquake and people needed it and vampires were going to get hurt and all these humans needed to not know about vampires. And
yeah,
so lo and behold at the last possible moment, you know, like Kate is like being this hero and she like runs to the tragedy scene just ready to help doing what she
yeah,
can to help, and then here comes Peter just like at the lowest possible moment and he's like, actually we've been formulating a new version of Leth that I couldn't tell you about, here's gonna give it to everyone, and he like so he
right.
like withheld that information, which I understand
Yeah.
to a point.
Right. It still sucks. It's still withholding and it's like I don't want to put you in danger. It's still just like adding to that dynamic of like it like a patronizing like oh
Yeah.
I'll protect you from this information or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think, like, okay, at the end of the day, like, okay, like, I understand, you want to protect the people you love, and sometimes withholding information will protect you, does work. But, like, in this instance, when it's like other people's lives at stake, I guess it's just the pharmaceutical thing of it all. When other people's lives are
Yeah.
at stake, you look like an asshole.
Yeah, you just do. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just looked like an asshole and then it's like the reveal didn't even matter sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know it like helped, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, he's good or like I like him.
Exactly.
I never
Yeah.
liked him.
I
Yeah.
never liked him. It was kind of like, oh, okay, you're sort of good, you know? And it's
Yeah.
like, I want you to be like, you know, oh my God, this whole time you did that, you know? I don't know. Like, I just wanted
Yeah.
something to like he needed to just be more.
Yeah. He
Kate
did.
deserved better.
She did. She did.
Okay.
Um, no, I was trying to think. Yeah, because even like, yeah, it just was never hot between them for me reading
Mm,
it. Like
I
even the kiss,
know.
like, and I mean, it was nice that he asked,
Yeah.
but then it was like, I don't know, they didn't have good chemistry, and I
No.
think because he wasn't a good, like a really fleshed out character, like you
Yeah.
said, so it was
Mm-hmm.
just like it was all just kind of like, ugh, like I want this to be hot and it's not hot. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, and like he could be like I think maybe like in this book it was so much more plot focused and not it was like it didn't even like it was a romance, obviously it's in the romance world, whatever, but like
yeah,
it felt like it was more of just uh like kind of fiction, contemporary fiction with vampires and stuff.
yeah,
um and it was just like about like a medical, it was like more like a medical comedy thriller than like
yeah,
a romance, you know?
yeah. It
Yeah.
did feel like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But I liked it. I mean, here's the thing. I love this world. I love
Yeah.
her.
I
It
loved
was
every
great.
time she was like, "Oh, my leg is killing me. My bad leg."
I love the idea of like vampires having aches. I like an
I know,
aching vampire.
because I was like, "How is that possible?" But it's like, I guess it is.
Yeah.
Because she said at the very beginning, like, there was no amount of vampire blood that was ever going to fix this. My leg that's my childhood injury leg that is
Hmm.
always going to be one is 3 inches shorter than the other one. I was like,
Yeah.
this is fantastic.
I
Like
love this.
she's in a bad mood all the
Exactly. Like she is like I
time.
even wrote down like she is so uncomfortable. Like she doesn't wear shoes that are comfortable. She has to be on her feet all day. Her clothes are
Yeah,
uncomfortable. Like there's
yeah.
nothing about her that's just like I just wish there was like one scene where she was like, I'm in my pajamas on the couch watching TV. I'm comfortable. And it's like, oh, okay.
I know. We never got it because even
We
the
never get
sex,
it.
I don't think was that comfortable either.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she was like getting satisfaction, but it was like not relaxed. She wasn't relaxed
Right. Yeah. And he
after.
wasn't. And like, cause he seemed like he
No.
again gets very hesitant, understandably so.
Yeah.
And he's hesitant about her hip and things like that. And so it's kind of like
Yeah.
it almost wasn't even as feral as I wanted it to
I
be
know.
because he was like, I don't want to hurt you.
Right.
And
I
I
know.
get, which I get. But, you know, come on,
Come
people.
on, hurt me a little.
Just a little, it's not gonna hurt. She's in charge of her. She knows what she wants.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, that was true. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was this final thing where like you kind like mother has been like making like what's her face, Kate, like kind of get all of this intel on Peter knows the whole time, but then like you know Kate keeps thinking everything I'm gonna do it's like my last task for mom and then I'm done. So
Yeah.
finally like mom has discovered what she's been up to and she like poisons Bianca with
Yes.
sun juice or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it is, right?
and and Kate's like, we need the moon juice to undo the sun
Yeah.
juice or
Yes,
whatever.
yes, 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 yes.
And then like here comes Peter was like, I knew what was happening this whole time. And she's like, my friend, the moon juice, whatever. And he calls her stupid. You know, he's like,
Yeah.
and this is why I could like that gets like the finally the come clean moment. And he kind of calls her on her shit, calls her stupid,
Ugh,
uses that word.
I know. It's like horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that's the title of the show, but it was kind of weird to see the romantic lead call another romantic lead
You just can't come back
stupid.
from that. Like,
No.
if a man called me stupid, it would be really hard for me to like come back from that.
Yes. I think when I was growing up, calling someone stupid, not even, it was just like you never call someone that. Like
Yeah.
I remember teachers saying never call anyone stupid. My parents were like, don't call someone stupid. Like it was always like that is like call someone a cunt. Don't call them. Like it was
I
like
know.
it felt like that, you know?
It's bad. And I had a
Yeah.
I had a substitute teacher call me stupid in front of the whole class. It was a
Oh,
really, really bad um moment in my life. Yeah, where I
yeah.
was like, and I yeah, she was like, it was something like where I was talking and then she was like, she said something like, "Oh, did you not hear me? Or are you must be stupid." It was something like are you just stupid or something? Like it was
Yeah.
something like that. And I was like, I was in middle school and this was an adult woman who said that to a child. I was
Yeah.
like, thinking about it now, I'm like, that's
It's awful. When I was in middle school, my gym teacher called me stupid. and,
Jesus. We
and I
both
was
have
like,
middle school stupid
yeah.
stories.
And I was like, and I remember being really confused. Cause like, okay, so it was like, I remember this very vividly. We were like we were learning volleyball or something, and I wasn't doing anything. And he was like yelling at me that I was being stupid for not, I don't know, trying to get, he was obviously very, and I think he ended up getting like suspended. Like, I think he was like a bad guy. He called me
Yeah.
stupid, and I just like was more confused because I was like, "What's stupid in gym?" Like, hold on a second,
Right.
what do
Everything is
you
stupid in
mean?
gym. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like, so I'm being stupid in this case, but like, you're not asking me to solve math, and I just freaking remember just
Right.
standing there being so confused as to what he meant by stupid, and I was
Because
like, "Do you mean athletic? Because I know I'm not that." Like,
because you were so much smarter than him. You were like, that's why you're already using your critical thinking brain. You were like, this doesn't add up. Why is he?
yeah. And so like, and I didn't even take a step back and be like, oh, wait a minute, there was a grown man calling a young kid stupid into her face. Like I was just
Yeah.
like more concerned about like the syntax and his verbiage than the
Yeah.
actual like
I know.
bad
Then that's,
thing.
well, because you were a kid. I
Right, yeah.
know. That was like, that's so horrible to
It's
think about
horrible.
these grown up people calling us
Yeah.
stupid.
I know. But I think like we're maybe I have a feeling like our generation is like looking back at the way maybe we were treated by adults when we were younger, now that we're becoming parents and we're like, "Oh, that was really inappropriate," or like that was wrong, and you're
Oh,
realizing
yeah.
that now. You know what I mean? Or,
Yeah.
as you get older.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's wild who they let be teachers back then too.
I
And I mean
know.
now probably too, but I just think
Yeah.
about like now if I'm thinking about it, I'm like, "Oh God, some of those teachers were just such fucked up people."
I know. And the thing is that like when you're that age, they are authority. They could do no
Yeah,
wrong. And so you
they
don't
have
know any
power.
better. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And looking back, there's plenty of I've like teachers and like softball coaches. I was just like, "Oh, you were a nightmare. You were like you had major like
Hmm.
issues that you
Yeah.
needed to sort out that you maybe never did, and then you were like working with children."
Exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's like, and like you went home at night, you know what I mean? And you
I
like,
know.
and didn't feel bad. Like, what? Like, I
Yeah,
mean, who knows? I can't get inside someone's brain, but it's like,
I know.
I can't even, like, if I don't say thank you to someone at Starbucks, I like, have to go to therapy for like 3 hours straight.
Exactly. I know. Yeah, it was a wild time. But yes, so when he called her stupid, I was like, "Oh, that is." Yeah, I'm just never gonna. I would never. I couldn't come back from. I was like,
Yeah.
that's so demeaning
It
to say.
really is. And
Yeah,
it's classist, and honestly, like, I think any insult that he says, again, going back to the money thing, like
yeah,
it takes on another level when you're privileged
it does.
financially. Yeah.
It does, and she's a doctor, and like, and she didn't even have to be a doctor to not be called stupid, but like,
Mhm.
respect her brain and like, what the
Yeah.
hell? Yeah,
And it was like his lack of empathy, like
yeah,
he just could not for the life of him put himself in her shoes of like what she
right.
was going through.
Right. And then I felt like that was sort of never, he never did that. And then it was like she did sort of what he wanted her to do, which was like be even more scrappy and be so resourceful and find her own way or whatever, and then he could be like proud of her. Like it was fucked.
Yeah.
I didn't
It was like,
like that.
remember a few years ago there was like Bean Dad, and there was that thing on Twitter where it was like
Oh yeah.
Bean Dad was like, my daughter was hungry and she couldn't open a can of beans, so I just like watched her struggle for all day or whatever. It was like really stupid, and
Yeah.
it was so like, look how great of a parent I am. And it was like he was like Bean Dad, except he was like a vampire lover.
Right. Yeah. And it's like that doesn't work. That's not good parenting and that's
Yeah.
not good partnering.
It's
Ugh.
not good. It's not good peopling. Like, I know you're a vampire,
No.
but you're still a person.
Yeah, you used to be. When were you? We will never know.
We don't know. Yeah. But I mean, obviously you were a human in the 80s because you are
You were.
green as fuck.
Yeah. You have really internalized
Green.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's a good guess
Yeah.
that he was born like in the 50s,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe.
So, okay, wait. I just need to wrap my brain around this. When you, depending on the era you get changed into a vampire, you still have the mentality of that era.
I think you must, or at least you
Yeah.
like carry it with you, and then maybe you do try to. Maybe there's a period of time if you've been a vampire for a long time. I
Mhm.
bet I bet you do sometimes try to like be open minded, and then
Mhm.
there comes a point where you just like you said they're so bored you just can't even begin to fake having an interest in life anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah,
it's like I understand you have to like keep things interesting, and the fact that
yeah.
like and also like I'm sorry, but like if you're going on dates with people, you have to be interesting too. And and I'm just like
Hmm.
not that interesting to
I know he was not interesting.
not interesting. Um
Mm-mm.
so there was a headline moment for me, and this was like in the epilogue of the book where okay, so Bianca, as we said, she was like getting poisoned or whatever, and she gets put
Yeah.
into a coma.
Yes.
And so at this vampire hospital, like it has like your typical like vampire or typical hospital things of like not enough beds and this and that, not enough funding, blah blah blah, not enough drugs, blah. Um
Yeah.
and so Kate like moves out, she finds her own place, makes it a sanctum, and it says it's a studio apartment. And then she brings Bianca back to her studio apartment to
Yeah.
like finish up the coma or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So fucking weird. Yeah.
It's very weird. And
Yeah.
then like in that scene, like it opens, like the chapter opens with like her and Peter in bed, and like she's so like empowered and doing things for herself and blah 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 blah. And then
Yeah.
like all of a sudden they're like kissing, and then all of a sudden she's like, I knew you two would be together. And it's like, wait a minute. I have so many questions now.
It was so odd to read that and just be like, okay, so right, she's just in the corner in her coma, and then so they're fine just like in this cramped
Yes,
studio. Yeah,
they were having sex
yeah.
while her friend was in a
Was in a
coma,
coma,
and
and then her
he
friend
had
woke up.
and then she woke up, and she was happy. Like, I'm glad she was happy.
But there's no way that would have happened like that. She would have woken up and been like, "Where am I? I've never been in this room. I've never."
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have woken up and just been like, stay asleep until
I
everyone
know.
leaves, like pretend to be asleep till
Yeah.
everyone leaves, and then get your
Yes.
bearings.
Yes.
Also, I would never like I wouldn't like even if I like you like if I were sharing a studio apartment with someone in a coma
Yeah.
and dating a great guy, like I I would feel so guilty even smiling, at each other, knowing that there is someone in a coma
Yeah.
2 feet away from you, let alone having sex with them.
And again, like he's why would they not be at his sanctum?
He has the
He has
sanctum.
a nice sanctum, but he's like, yeah, I'll come. Like, why would he want that to be in the studio apartment with the
Yeah.
coma? Yeah.
And also, why he should offer his sanctum to her, to the coma
Yeah,
friend.
like why didn't they set her up there? I know.
Yeah.
he's not generous.
This guy sucks.
He sucks. He's like, I'll buy the outfits I want you to wear, but like that's not. But
Yeah.
you're not gonna give her friend in a coma the guest room. You know he has
Exactly.
a guest room.
You have space.
Yeah, you're a billionaire.
I'm trying to give Peter credit here. I'm trying so hard because I want the best for him, but like really,
No,
he really sucks. I can't
he
believe I'm
really
saying
sucks.
that.
He really sucks.
Yeah.
Even if he got the left to all the creatures or whatever, and it was like he just sucks as a
Yeah.
personality. He just has a
Exactly.
bad personality. Yeah.
Exactly. And it was probably his PR person who told him to say the thing about the Leth. I'm sure he didn't on his own. He probably has a reputation consultant who's a centaur or whatever. And
Yeah,
like telling him
exactly.
like this is how
Ugh,
you have to look a hero. Ugh.
yeah. So gross.
So
Yeah, that
gross.
epilogue was so insane.
I was like,
The studio apartment, like, yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, it works out. Bianca doesn't feel insulted at all. She is happy for them. Great. So
It's just
thank God.
very, very strange setup. Yeah.
Very strange setup. Oh my God. That said, I still found it very enjoyable. Like I just was like it
I did
kind of
too.
I loved like kind of the pacing of it, and
Yeah.
I just liked her. I liked her story. And like
Yeah.
even if like Peter weren't involved and this was just a story about like a vampire who is like kind of in too deep with the vampire mafia, that's like
Yeah.
that in and of itself is a great story that I loved.
Yes. Yes. And just throw in the vampires being audited by the IRS. And I mean, it's
I
such a good
mean,
idea.
it's such a good idea.
It
Like,
really
it's like,
is.
okay, someone is like working for the IRS. They think they have whatever. They find like this
Yeah.
thing. It's like, isn't it weird that like, Sir Reginald Esquire the third in this country is like hasn't paid taxes in years and he owns this much property, and then they
Yeah.
go and then it's like a vampire, and then like they fall in love, but then she's like, but you're committing tax fraud, and then it's like
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
He has to go to
Yeah.
jail,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
pay
Vampire in
penance,
jail.
vampire
Yeah.
jail.
White
This,
collar prison vampire in
yeah,
jail.
and like, it's like, yeah, like I just want a book about math. I think I just want to know how IRS works.
The mystery of the IRS. Yeah.
Like, make it sexy, make it sexy. Okay, Fiona, I'm gonna ask you for your final thoughts and a rating on the book.
Ooh.
Okay. Anything?
What is the
Okay. The rating wise, it's 1 out of 5. I was gonna say like vials of Leth, so I'll say vials of Leth. Okay, so 1 out of 5 vials of Leth means you didn't like it. 5 out of 5 vials of Leth means you loved it. Give it a rating. Any final thoughts? Anything else that you felt like you need to say? Here's your
um
opportunity.
okay. I think I'll give it a 3 out of 5
Mm-hmm.
vials of lead. Only because Peter Carver really sucked
Yeah.
as a romantic vampire man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was I really enjoyed what a what a exhausted cynic she was.
Yes.
I really did. And yes, and Mother.
Mm.
I love that Kate had vampire mom issues.
Yes.
And that Mother, I loved Mother as a character so much, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I loved it. And also when you sort of pitched me this book and you were like, it's sort of like Grey's Anatomy, but you know, in the vampire or in the imperial world. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds great. And then it really was. And I loved that.
Yes.
I loved all the hospital stuff.
Yeah.
Um yeah. So I feel like, you know, yes, I wish it could have made us horny, but
I know.
it was really enjoyable and really fun, you know, neurotic lead vampire character.
Mm-hmm.
um Really relatable, just
Yeah.
like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, Is 3 out of 5 harsh? I
I
feel like
think
it's
it's
okay.
great.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
fair.
I would give it a 3 out of 5 too.
Yeah.
And like for the same reasons that you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
the world building, all of it is very clever. Like you could tell
Yeah.
that like research was done and like I
Yeah.
it's really well thought out. Um and it was just the romantic lead of it all.
Yeah.
I but I do think there is like I get like what you were saying about how flawed and neurotic and self-conscious this vampire woman was. Like
Yeah.
honestly, it was one of the first times I ever read a vampire who like didn't feel comfortable in their own skin, and I'm kind
Yeah.
of loving it. I mean, I kind
Yeah.
of loved it, and it just like
Yeah.
kind of ends stigma against vampires.
Yes.
Vampires, stop feeling it's okay to feel shame sometimes, like we all
Yeah.
don't feel great in our skin. You'll get through it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really giving them a
exactly.
voice.
Finally.
I mean, I know that's what they
Finally.
want.
Yeah.
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 Well, Fiona, this was so much fun.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me. It was very fun. And um, I really think you would make such a great leader of of the vampires who are a financial consultant
Yeah.
for the
Well,
vamps.
I guess this is my chance to announce I'm running for vampire president, folks.
Yay!
If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow TSTL Podcasts on social media or leave a review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. And if you didn't like the episode, why are you still here? Thank you so much for listening to Too Stupid to Live. Hang in there and have an easy rest of your day.